Can I ask you about testing? Are you suggesting for people to do usability testing?
No, it's actually just analysing your stats. With any page, you can have a little bit of software. You can get someone to design a bit of bespoke software for you, kind of fairly cheaply, and you can outsource this if you want. I'll go through different outsourcing services later on, actually. But what you can do is you can get a little bit of code that displays one version of a page 50% of the time, and one version of a page another 50% of the time. And you can so for every 100 visitors that view your web page, you've got this web page, different version displayed 50 times and another version displayed 50 times. And what you want to do is actually just test one difference against each other. So you can change your title on each individual page, and actually see that if you alter your title to this, then it improves your conversion rate of the people that fill out the form from 10% to 12%. And then once you've got your winning title, then you keep that, and you keep your title, and then you maybe test your subtitle or test your additional text.
So you're testing to the public?
Yes, you're testing your conversion rates, absolutely, and you're testing your data and your visitors. It's not actively asking people what they're doing. It's just seeing what people actually do when they visit your web pages. Okay. Hiya. Sorry.
Going back to keywords for individual pages, is it really worth the effort? Because it sounds like one person's full-time job.
Okay, short answer, absolutely yes. The reason being is because it's 7 potential visitors per day forever. And the amount of effort that it would actually take to actually write one decent article and get it up is certainly less than 2 hours. And that's just for getting kind of one page up there. And then that's up there forever. So it's 7 visitors per day for, say 2 years for the lifespan of your website. And your conversion rate is going to be a lot higher because it's a very, very specific keyword phrase. So if people are searching for your, 4 or 5 word keyword phrase, then the chances are they're definitely looking for what they're actually searching for. I mean, the way people search on the internet is, to begin with, they just use 1 or 2 words, and then they find a few other websites that relate to that, and they're thinking, actually, I'm looking for this. Then they try and expand the amount of words that they use in search engines. So the more words that people use, the more likely they're actually, looking for what you're actually offering. Okay.
I got completely lost at your viral coefficient part. Could you explain that again?
Viral coefficient is basically a fancy word for saying, improve the chances of people telling their friends about what you offer, So anything that you can actually build into your website to make it more likely for them to pass onto their friends, stuff what you do. So, if you can offer something for free that is of value to people, and will maybe encourage people to actually make some kind of purchase from you at some point in the future, then it's increasing your viral marketing. It's increasing your peer-to-peer marketing. For instance, if you have a really good PDF report, that people can email to their friends that's about a particular subject that gives them good quality answers about some kind of problem that they've got. But at the end of that report, you've got hope you enjoy the report. But if you want any more information, feel free to give us a ring.
What about these websites, StumbleUpon and Delicious?
Mm-hmm. All you have to worry about there is actually inserting, some kind of functionality that makes it easy for people to bookmark your web pages using the online. Put a button on, put a bit of code on, and then forget about it. And it just makes it easy for people to click that button, and your web page is automatically saved to their bookmarks. So they will have your web page reference for the future.
So you literally just reference it back to these sites?
Yeah, StumbleUpon and Delicious are 2 sites that are basically what's called social bookmarking sites. And they're 2 sites that people use to save their favourite web pages. So they'll register, there are millions of people out there with those accounts. So they'll have accounts already, and they'll be saving their bookmarks already. So all you're doing is you're having a button on your site that makes it people easy to actually click that button, and your web page.
So they are managing your bookmarks?
They're managing their own bookmarks. And what they're doing is they're saving your web pages to their bookmarks. It is one of these set and forget things. Yeah, absolutely. Well, if we can get a chance later on, we'll maybe go into the delicious and stumble upon websites, and hopefully see how they work. But it really is a case of not worrying about how they work. Just have it on your website, have the option available for people to bookmark your web pages to their bookmarking service, and if it's available, set and forget, and don't worry about it.
If your content is on your database rather than your web pages, will it still get picked up by search engines?
Absolutely. That's what you need to consider mod rewrite, that is URL rewriting, and ideally maybe having a better URL structure, because if you've got a long, say, ASP-based URL that is taking all your content from there, then that's fine, and if your pages are created, from a database on the fly, then that's fine, because search engines read your page as a static HTML page. So as long as if your URL is consistent and it doesn't change all the time, it doesn't make any difference in terms of search engine ranking.
If you have old pages being found by search engines, is it okay to redirect these pages to your new ones?
If it's a permanent redirect, you should use something called a 301 redirect, which basically tells search engines this page is permanently moved to this URL. It will take them a while to actually, maybe a few weeks to actually pick up on that, and you're potentially playing with it. It's a problematic area if you have hundreds of visitors coming to your old URL. In that, if you do have that, it may be worthwhile keeping your old URL and then saying maybe at the top of it, this web page has actually changed, click here. But if it's not a problem in terms of you're not getting loads of visitors, then just do a simple redirect and that's fine.